often get questions, every day actually. What is your favorite matcha brand? What is your favorite coffee alternative? What are your beauty rituals? And I decided to make one video where I'm going to share with you all my current favorite obsessions so that you can enjoy them too. Hey guys, my name is Ksenia and I'm the founder of Breakfast Criminals, a blog about starting your day criminally deliciously with morning rituals and intention. Let's start with the morning. As soon as I wake up, I always have at least one big glass of water. Sometimes it's with fresh lemon, and sometimes, lately, it has been with the Young Living Lemon Essential Oil. It's a super potent and clean essential oil. It just makes your water taste so good. Since I've been adding this oil, just one drop of oil, because it's super concentrated, into a big bottle of water, I've been drinking so much more water. Very important thing to note when you are adding potent essential oils to your water, and a lot of essential oils are actually ingestible. It's important to use a glass bottle because a plastic bottle can get ruined and actually burn from the oil. So my go-to recently has been this gift. It's a rose quartz crystal bottle. So it's a hard opening bottle. I don't know if you know anything about crystals. I'm a huge fan of crystals, as you might tell by this specimen right here. Rose quartz is really an incredible stone for opening your heart and softening your heart space. So I've been using either this bottle because it's a little heavier to carry. My go-to for carrying around all day has been this really cute BKR bottle. My next favorite thing, moving on to your morning latte ritual. I started drinking coffee pretty late in my life. I think I was 27 or 28. And since then, I've become pretty addicted. I love coffee. If you have seen any recipes on breakfastcriminals.com, I have a bunch of coffee recipes, superfood coffee recipes with collagen and with maca and coconut butter. I love that stuff. But recently, actually just a week ago, I completed a 21-day elimination diet with the Clean program. This is their shake. Part of the program was no coffee for 21 days. It was a big commitment and I did it. I'm 8 days after completing it and I'm still not getting back to coffee because I just feel so much more in control of my energy when I'm off coffee. And hey, I'm not saying coffee is bad for you or for anyone. I'm just saying that for me personally, I feel more in tune with my body, with my energy levels when I'm not drinking coffee. So I'm taking this hiatus from coffee for now. I'm still dreaming about it sometimes. While I was off coffee, I was looking for really delicious alternatives that would have a similar ritual that would replace my coffee addiction, frankly. People from my community suggested a million different coffee alternative brands on Instagram and on Facebook. I ended up doing my own research, buying a bunch of them, trying all of them, and finding out that unfortunately a lot of those coffee alternatives taste really bad. The one that I found that is incredible and is made with full integrity by a small brand in Colorado, a woman-owned business, it's called Rasa Coffee. Write that down or grab the link below because there's actually a little discount for you guys. So Rasa Coffee, the reason why I like it is completely caffeine free. It's a blend of 15 different adaptogens and herbs, really rooted in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, as well as Western herbalism actually. It's still pretty rich and dark, and you brew it as you would coffee in a French press. It still has that ritual of coffee without like a sudden high. It gives me mental clarity, but it's just much more soft. Sometimes in the afternoon, I have that craving for coffee and I just make it Rasa and I make it my ritual. And I love the fact that you can buy it either ground and it brews more quickly, or you can buy it whole. If you are not ready to let go of your coffee ritual, and I totally get that, hey, no judgment. What I was doing before I got off coffee is just mixing it 50-50. Coffee and Rasa. I would take the unground coffee beans and the whole Rasa and just grind it together 50-50 and then make it like I would make coffee in a French press. The way that I usually drink Rasa, I brew it and then I blend it with some coconut butter, and that could be it. That could be enough. It gets really frothy and rich and sweet from the coconut butter. It doesn't even need any sweetener, so that's a great option. If you want to get a little more fancy, you can also add some cacao, you can add some maca, some ashwagandha, whatever your favorite superfoods right now are. I have been really into this maca and lucuma blend. You might be already familiar with maca. It's a Peruvian superfood that gives you energy and it's really good for regulating female hormones. and also improves libido if that's something you're interested in. But I actually am taking this for my skin as well, and I was taking it when I got birth control to help me regulate my hormones, and I really feel like it's helpful. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Lucuma smells like heaven. And maca is also very like specific smell that's very rich and grounding. I personally love it. So together, combined, it's incredible. I just add 1 teaspoon into my morning elixir. You can look up coffee recipes on breakfastcriminals.com and just replace the coffee with rasa, and there you go. There's a whole sea of recipes for you. A big part of my morning ritual is drinking my morning elixir. And with that is the mug that I use. You may have already seen this mug on my Instagram. It is a mug that looks like it's an amethyst, handmade in Brooklyn by an artist named Naomi. Modern Mud Ceramics. That one's pretty expensive, I'll be honest with you. I didn't buy it. I got it as a gift from my boyfriend for my birthday. But this is my go-to mug when I drink it right away. When I want to make something and then go meditate and then come back to my drink. I have this new mug I'm obsessed with. I just realized I've already said obsessed probably 3 times, but that makes sense because I picked all my favorite products that I'm really loving right now that I'm talking about every day. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably see me tagging those things every single day because I actually use them, I love them, couldn't recommend them enough. So this new mug, this thing is so tight, I'm actually having trouble opening it. So this is a Yeti mug. Yeti is known as one of the best temperature isolating mugs. And I really like this size because it's not too big. It's just the perfect size for a nice frothy morning drink. And then separately we bought these magnetic lids so that it's actually a travel mug. I've been putting it in my bag, and I'm one of those people that not a day goes by when I don't spill something in my bag, whether it's a matcha or soup or water. I don't know how, but it just happens every time. And since I have this mug, it happens much more rarely. So that's a win. This magnetic thing really works. It's really nice to hold too, just like the heart ball. Another thing I am loving right now is the Life Equals Balanced Superfood Shot. And this was Clean Program approved too. There's no added sugar. So what this is it's this tiny, cute little bottle that has half a day serving of fruits and veggies. So in one tiny little shot that tastes good, you get half of your leafy greens, vegetables, fruits, superfoods, everything. It's super convenient to bring with you when you're traveling and you're not sure what kind of food you'll have access to. It's airplane friendly, and it's also actually great in smoothies. It's organic, it's gluten-free, vegan, no sugar added, non-GMO, and this company also has a great mission. They really have a great program of giving back and bringing health and wellness back into communities that don't necessarily have access to it. Just like all other products, I'm going to link this below, and actually there's also a really nice discount. Most websites of products that I love and use and recommend, chances are high that if you put in Breakfast Criminals in the promo code area, you're going to get some sort of a discount, because I've been doing this for 5 years and I have created a lot of relationships with really awesome brands. So you can either order a case, or the best deal is if you subscribe and you're going to get a box like this in your mail every month. Really convenient, and I highly recommend keeping them in your fridge because they just taste so much better when they're chilled. Back into drinks. I completely forgot to mention my love, the Vital Proteins Collagen Matcha. I love matcha. I grew up obsessed with green tea. I've gone to China, I've gone to Thailand, I've gone to India. Tea has been a huge part of my whole life. I grew up in Russia. We drink a lot of tea all the time, and green has always been my choice. So whenever matcha tea became a huge wellness trend, I was actually really happy because it became much more accessible, and now you can get this frothy, delicious green tea pretty much in any cafe in New York. I want to actually know, where do you guys live? What is your favorite matcha that you've ever tried? If you've tried it, please comment below. I would love to hear from you. I'm always looking for new places to visit, and I think trying new foods is always a great reason to travel. So just give me a reason and I may come visit you. Back to Vital Proteins Matcha. Vital Proteins is my go-to brand for collagen. They have collagen peptides that are completely flavorless that I add to my coffee whenever I drink it. I add to my smoothies, I add it to my rasa drinks. And then this matcha, it's a no-brainer way to make a frothy, nutritious matcha without any tools, without even a blender. You can either mix this up with hot water, or I recommend doing either 50-50 hot water and milk of your choice, or the whole thing can be milk. It just depends on how creamy you want it. Another way I love making it when I do have access to a blender is just heating up some hot water, putting 1 scoop of this matcha into my blender, putting a nice mug of hot water into the blender, tablespoon of coconut water into the blender. That's it. you've got it all together. You can add more things. You can add your maca or lucuma or anything else you want, but that's pretty much it. It's the collagen matcha, water or milk, coconut butter. And a trick that you're going to love is if you are out of nut milk, if you blend coconut butter with water, especially hot water, you're gonna get a hot coconut milk, like a steamed, frothy, real coconut milk. But that's a really great tip when you're running out of groceries or you're traveling and you just came home. Just having coconut butter in your pantry is super versatile and helpful. And you can also add it to soups to make them more creamy instead of coconut milk. And the ingredients of this, all it is green tea, coconut water powder, and collagen. Super simple. And why collagen is good for you? Actually, great question. I read your mind. Collagen is amazing for your joints, for your skin. And personally, if I just have a caffeinated drink in the morning, it can be a little too heavy for me. So having collagen in there, which is super rich in protein, just gives me more energy and nourishment. If I'm not yet feeling like I'm ready to have a real breakfast, it actually sustains me better. And then adding some fats to it, like the coconut butter, is another great way to balance out the caffeine so that it's a slower kind of an energy boost and you don't get a low that you may get from traditional coffee. Always recommended to have coconut butter or any kind of other healthy fats like ghee or coconut oil with your caffeinated drinks. And hey, I'm not a nutritionist. Disclaimer, none of this is medical advice. I'm just someone who spent years researching this and trying it out in my body, testing it out. So I'm just recommending things that work for me, that I love, and I hope you enjoy. CBD oil. There's a lot of talk about CBD oil. CBD oil, you know, you might be thinking, is it psychedelic? Am I gonna go crazy? No, you're not. It is not, what's the word? Psychotropic? All CBD oil does, calms you down, helps relieve anxiety. I use the Charlotte's Web mint chocolate flavor CBD oil. It smells so good. I add this to my matcha, to my smoothies, or sometimes just under my tongue. How I discovered this brand is I was in Colorado and I was staying at this B&B that I'm actually going to post a video about. It's called Sun Mountain. And I was staying there and I met up with this couple, and the woman actually had just recovered from cancer. She was telling me about all those holistic things that she used to help her body deal with cancer. They were using this super well-sourced potent CBD oil, and they were convinced that that was a huge part of her healing. So I got really curious and I was asking them about different brands and where can I buy it, and they were saying that unfortunately the one that they were using is not readily available to masses. It was, you know, a local grower. But they said if you are going to buy a commercial CBD oil, then we highly recommend getting the Charlotte's Web. It's a really trusted brand. I've been using it for over a year, and it was hard for me to know, you know, there's all these videos like I've been taking CBD oil for 40 days and here's the result. I can't tell you anything like that about any of these things because I use so many at once. I can just tell you that all these things feel really good in my body and intuitively I'm drawn to them. My energy levels feel good when I use these things. So just use it as not a guideline, but more like an inspiration. You know, if anything speaks to you, if any part of your body lights up as I'm introducing you to any of these products, then maybe try it out. And if you're just like, oh, this is too much for me, then don't. Maybe it's not your thing, maybe you're not ready. So just listen to your body. You know, there's all these wellness trends telling you what is cool right now, what you should be taking, all these superfoods. Oh my gosh, there's just so many things. Use your gut, use your intuition about what you should put in your body, because no one is a better expert on your body than you are. Another thing I'm absolutely obsessed with right now, you know, there's a lot of talk about face rolling. People use rose quartz or jade to roll your face and give yourself a facial massage. I have discovered this gua sha. It came with my face roller on Amazon. I'm gonna link that below as well. I think it's like under 20 bucks for 2 things. And it's real jade crystal, and my skin has not felt better since I started using this. And I started filming this video later than I was hoping to because I couldn't find this. It was missing. I looked all over the house and then turned out that it was at my boyfriend's desk. He is obsessed with it probably even more than I am. And he keeps coming up to me and saying that his skin has never looked better. So the way that I use this is I usually use it at night after I've put my face oil on. So the movements that I do is I do this. Long strokes, pushing kind of hard, and then your face might get red, and that's totally normal. And so not only this helps your skin stay young and elastic, but this is also like an acupressure massage, so it actually feels very calming. Highly recommend getting this piece. And then I briefly mentioned the clean program. I am obsessed. I've been posting about it a lot on Instagram. My boyfriend and I were both have seen a huge transformation in our energy levels, in our weight, in how we feel. There's no processed sugar, soy or dairy, or really any processed foods allowed. And you replace 2 meals a day with these super clean vegan shakes. And not only takes away the need to cook 3 times a day, but also it comes with probiotics. Let me actually show you. How it works is you get this whole box, and there you have your shakes for the 21 days. You have your probiotics and you have your supplements to support healthy liver detoxification. I'm not a fan of diets or restrictive eating. And what I really loved about this detox program is that it actually felt very nourishing. It didn't feel restrictive. If anything, it felt liberating because I didn't have to cook as much. And because when you make your smoothies with these shakes, you can use so many ingredients from the approved list. You can't have bananas, but you can have sweet potatoes and any kind of berries. And so we would make these delicious smoothies with avocados and almond butter and spinach, and very satisfying and satiating. So if you have been thinking about giving your body a little reset and helping yourself develop healthier habits of what you crave and what you go for, I highly recommend checking out the Clean program. Gwyneth Paltrow approves it too, if that helps you. And another thing that doesn't fit into this frame, so I'm going to show it to you separately in a second, absolutely changed my life. My rebounder, my Bellicon. So I just googled what is the best rebounder. I really wanted to have a little trampoline at home so that I can be more active without leaving the house, because right now I have ClassPass and I feel like my workouts depend on, you know, my work schedule. There's a commute involved into getting a good workout. And I just thought if I had a rebounder at home, even if I can squeeze in just a 5-10 minute workout during my day, that could be really helpful in staying active. I also wanted to have movement as part of my daily morning routine. I feel like with the rebounder, it's just so fun because you just jump on it and your body starts automatically moving. There's not much effort required from you unless you want to get a really hard workout, which you can. I got my rebounder about 6 weeks ago and my life has not been the same. Sometimes in the evening, I feel like I've been working very late, but I hadn't had a chance to work out and there's no more workouts that day. I just go on the Bellicon website and they have a ton of workouts there. There's Pilates based, there's cardio based, there's rebounding for runners. Because it's really low impact, it's really good for your joints. So I get a little sensitive if I go running or do something like Barry's Boot Camp. Because it's really soft on the joints, it's much more accessible and much more friendly on my body personally. If you've been thinking about getting a rebounder, if you're on the edge of like, should I invest in this or not, because it's not cheap, I say 100% yes. I feel my body changing, I feel my abs being more tight, not just from the Clean program, but also from daily movement. I love my rebounder so much. Can you feel it? That's it, my friends. These are all my favorite products that I'm currently obsessed with that hopefully can help you live a healthier, more nourished, energized, and glowing life. And this was my first video of this kind, so let me know what you think. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see more of. And just comment if you have any questions. And say hello on Instagram @BreakfastCriminals. And I'm gonna go continue my workout. Thank you for watching. All the links are below. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. Let me know which product you're most excited to try. I might see you in the next video.